Alright, let's get into this one.
Greetings.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective
I think I messaged this already, but the swift striking at the beginning versus the end of the duel. Second of all, the swift you get to right here, because basically you can just kind of like use your double jump to go up and then down and then up and then down and then up and then down, and then you can just kind of position yourself like that. And it's just, you can just kind of like half commit to these. It's a way to like poke people without being on the same high ground that you're on, or you could be kind of like against this corner a little bit more, I guess, because that wouldn't prevent you from wide picking if you're here just wide picking, but here you're not wide picking. So I'm really sure. Oh, wait. The main thing is just use swift strike like that Reinhardt when he's got lamp. So like you're not gonna yeah, and another thing you have to like consider like where you actually like
objective lost.
yeah, that's fine.
The payload.
This is good to that's fine. That was like a so when they use slam, there's basically like you have to consider like what cooldowns they have, like when you blade. So it's fine that you use like blade there, because there's no slam at that point. They can't just like solo slam you on a blade. So that's fine in my opinion.
Hello.
Hello.
think your dash reset.
Here it comes. Da ist diese. Verstanden. Greetings. I'm in air. Enemy.
Let me watch this. Let me think for a second. Let's go.
Fire at will.
I guess with this. I guess it's
Group up here.
So in general, as Genji, like your job isn't really to like deal with the Doomfist. Like, you're not gonna deal under him. So honestly, I don't know if that's still true after the Shuriken buff. So odds are you're still probably not gonna I guess it's but if healing's not working, so let's take a look at this scenario. So let's take a look at where everybody is. The McCree's on a flank, which that wouldn't normally be the case. So, but then let's look at who they have in your backline. They have a Reinhardt, they have a Zarya, and they also have the Doomfist, which I'm not really sure where he is. Where's he at? Okay, he's right here. Okay, so let's take a look at the backline now. So if they're just pressuring your backline a bunch, this guy's alone, and he's free. These guys are just alone. Like they're just free. Like so that's why like, in general, like you're not, like you're not literally responsible for dealing with the Doomfist. Mainly you're like, really your backline, honestly. Like you have like an Ana, which isn't great against the Doomfist, but they can still like. I guess the story is actually.
My ultimate is charging.
The payload has reached the chest.
Something, the small thing, like the blade was good. It's just like you need to know like when you can't get So here, now that you've seen that like your only options are the Zen, which is in Transcendence, and the Reinhardt, which is also in Transcendence, you're not gonna be able to kill anything. So you might as well just go back to the cart. Like, since you're not, like, you're not gonna get anything left with your blade, you might as well just like. I'm on time to speak.
Greetings.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack.
So with this, like, Swift Strike, I really like Swift Strike thing because, like, during the go, which is even take a look at, I think, that was, I guess the only thing is, like, I don't know, actually, I guess, I will consider that, I'm not sure, I think it's right. When you're diving people, the main thing is just like you have to consider what map control are stepping into a cross angle set up by a Nano Zarya and an Ana, which can sleep you. So this is really, really dangerous diving the jump pad. That's something you need to say.
My ultimate is ready.
Oh, this is huge. Wait, either way, that's fine.
A captured.
Dude, you're still gonna set your team to like take another like 15 time over here. They should be able to lead a lot of them. If they're not the Pega. Oh my. Oh, they're so Pega. Oh my, what are they? Okay, that's yeah, so if you want to like jump this in, you can't really you can't just like yeet yourself onto the Ana. One, you're forcing yourself into yourself. Once again, the Zen's here, the Ana's here, and the Zarya's here. The Zarya's kind of rubbish, but either way, if they turn on you, you're in the map control of 3 different people, and you are out of the map control of your Mercy, and I think you have an Ana, right? No, you have a Lucio, so you can't even like get healed by anything over here. So if you really like felt super inclined to jump this Ana, you would want to climb up here and then fall down onto her, and then you'd still have your swift strike, so if something went wrong you could just go back. But either way, you might as well just be standing up here and taking a cross angle on their Reinhardt, because I feel like when you were here, you were just kind of like sort of get sick of. But if you're gonna get sick of shooting a shield, take a cross angle rather than trying to like, or it is an option, but if there's a duel you need to take, you can take the duel. But if not, wait 1 second. Okay, let me check my mic on Discord and make sure it still works. Okay, we're good. But actually, hold up, I'm gonna ask my friends real quick. Is
I
my
already
mic
have
working?
an op skin.
Is my mic working?
I already have a knife.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I had to mute my mic to tell them I need something. Right.
Again.
Let me rewind this actually. I need a bit more attention.
Heroes never die.
Ages within me. My ultimate is charging.
So, one thing I want to go over with Blade. So we're at 12:56. So, actually no, this is in my. I'll make a separate video about it. But
Welcome to Holly. Ready for battle.
We're all soldiers now. Move it.
So here, like, you really need to get to high ground. Like, shooting, like, Soldier actually, like, despite, like, common misconception, doesn't have that much shield break. So you're, like, a lot better off going up here, and then you have access to the Zen, and then he can just get, like, melted. The Zarya actually can get melted. Like, all of these guys can get just melted, like, if you're, like, up there. But the thing is, like, if you're just shooting a shield, you're, like, lowering your value. If you're indoors and you see a Doomfist, run away. Like, he has to punch you into a wall, and look at all of these walls. If you were like here, if you're like really good, you could like align yourself, and then if you get punched, you get punched through here and you don't hit a wall, or you could get punched through here and you don't hit a wall. And that's a big part of dueling Doomfists as soldier, is you have to align yourself and him in a way where if you get punched, you're not gonna hit him. So that's really hard to do. But either way, don't duel him in this. Like it's fine actually in soldier, because like he's so mobile, like you can. And you don't, another thing you have to note, you don't have to get kills necessarily when you're here. You've drawn the attention of the Zen and the Sombra, and I think at the Ana. So you were drawing a lot of attention, so that's enough value. So just know, like, when you're getting value, and if they're like pressuring you a ton, you can go back, and you're still going to be getting value because you're still going to be drawing their attention.
Feeling ground.
I guess that guy just popped off. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's yeah, I guess their team is that's alright.
Fire at will. Heroes never die. Огонь по готовности. Last coup, last despair. I forgot the way. Regretful. Not necessary.
Okay, I'm gonna have to think hard about this. So they're running this. They run the hack fist. They switch off the. Oh, they switched to counter. So in this scenario, I feel like I have to think about what is it? I'm just gonna review the last couple of team fights. So what how is this working?
Heroes never die.
So what do you want to do? I think from what I think it is, I think they want to get an ult rotation using the EMP, with shatter, grab, and some more orientation of like that. I think they're just trying to get ult rotation. I'm trying to figure out what exactly they do. So they have the Sombra. Okay, so they're there.
Translocating.
Okay, a bigger question. How do these guys die? Is there anything you could have done about it? Okay, so that's actually super useful to know. So what happened was, oh my gosh. Whatever. Okay, we need to go a little bit further back. So let's watch this from the enemy runner. So, who's with him is he's got his supports, his Zarya, and the Doomfist, I'm pretty sure is with him. Basically, he recognizes that, so he's able to recognize what your comp wants to do is this Hanzo wants to spam and you as soldier wants to spam. When you're against a comp that has 2 long range DPS, they want to spam. So what he does is he recognizes he can take what's called a local 2v6 with your Reinhardt and your Lucio, which is basically if I'll go to MS Paint. So if they have their like Reinhardt, Zarya, Zen, Anna, and their Doomfist here, and their Sombra's somewhere else. The Sombra's like right here, and then they're going after your Reinhardt and your Lucio, and then your Hanzo's here, your Mercy's here, your Lucio's here, and then you're like right here or something like that. Basically, even though the whole team's still alive, both teams alive, this is attacking this, which makes it a local 5v2. So they've effectively separated the fight into a 5v2. So you may want to consider picking a hero that can help your front line more, like either like McCree or like Doomfist or Mei or Reaper or something like that that can help your front line if you are able to recognize that they're taking like the local 5v4 now. But yeah, so that's why that happened. And what you can do about it is pick a hero that is able to protect your front line more. I'm not sure if they're like consistently doing this necessarily, but that's why your team died. As Soldier, you probably couldn't have done anything about it, but yeah, these guys are really right away. Didn't recognize that. Pharah is really easy to do the. Whenever you're against a Pharah, you're literally always in a scenario where. So consider this. So you have like, you have a tank, another tank. You have like a damage here, and then you have a Pharah up. That's not right. You have a Pharah up here. You have a Mercy up here, and then you have another like support down here, and then you have 6 enemies on the ground. These guys are always going to jump these guys when you're in a Pharah. So switching to Pharah has just kind of made this problem like worse.
Fire at will. Heroes never die. Огонь по готовности.
But usually people use Pharah as like an I win button. Where it's like, oh, they don't have a hit scan, so we can play a Pharah. Like, Reinhardt's actually like good, so I'm gonna play aggressive. So most of the time when people say that in matchmaking, they're wrong, especially given the state of Pharah within the past couple of months. Not always wrong though. Like Pharah is good on like map specific stuff and in spam comps. And you have a Hanzo, so you are running the spam comp. So I guess it does an investment itself. Thinking the genji here might kinda help your front line. I feel like if you could play either like Doom, McCree, Mei, or Reaper, that would be a bit better. They just been kind of rushing the front line. I don't know, they just go along the front line. If you want to take the duels, like don't use your Swift Strike as an engage when you're not in a dive comp. If you're in a dive comp and the Winston call jumps in, obviously you don't use your Swift Strike, but like since you're not in a dive comp, don't use your Here you just don't kind of have the awareness. You see like the Zen. So here your Swift Strike is off of cooldown, So what you want to do is just like take a glance of where everybody is before you use your blade. Also, if you wanted to make the Zen the first target, I'll talk about it in the. Actually, I'll talk about that. In okay. So I guess the things to work on from that is one, use flanks to initiate your duels. Like, cause like if you use your swift strike at the beginning, you're gonna not have it. So you might as well just walk to the enemy backline and then fight them. But usually, if you have to do that, you're better off taking a cross angle. So think about cross angles and like building your dragon blade to be better than dueling the backline, unless you have like a legitimate reason to actually jump the backline, like they've like used all of their cooldowns or something like that. Another thing I'm trying to think about, I guess strictly the Genji stuff. I think that's honestly the biggest thing. Is just the only times you really like died unnecessarily was when you were like doing that sort of strike thing. Though with your blade, there were a couple blade mechanics I need to work on, but I'm gonna make a separate video talking about that. With the on the last couple of team fights, I feel like it would have been best to switch to either like a Reaper, I mean something that's gonna help your front line basically. I already went over it, but basically when they're taking that like local 4v6, you can't just be playing by yourself. You have to like help your, yeah, I mean not help your team out because you're obviously helping your team no matter what you do just by being in the game since you're not a leaver, but like be with your team physically because otherwise they're just gonna take the local 4v6 and pick a hero that's inclined to be able to do that. Yeah, but I guess it's kind of unfortunate because like you're getting to like the Masters point, and team composition doesn't really matter below Masters, but once you get to Masters, it actually does matter to a certain extent. I guess that's pretty much everything I have to say.